Today in Lynn's garden. What did we accomplish? Well, this morning I started my morning at 47 degrees, according to Google. And you see I still have not done the seeds because it keeps raining and they keep falling. Anyway, they didn't fall too badly on the patio, so I will be doing the paths pretty soon. Anyway, this morning I started by filling all of my bird feeders. I have over 20 of them. I think 28 at last count. And some are hummingbird and some are suet feeders. Then I also did a reconstruction. If you've been noticing in the videos lately, the right-hand side of the little pond in the backyard here has been missing all its rocks. Between Punky coming up and down and getting drinks and the cats, they had knocked most of the rocks into the little pond. So I had to get the rake, drag them out, stand on the left-hand side very gently, and try and get them restored to where they belonged, which is right there. So that in itself is a feat of balance. Also, even though my cats have 3 bells on them, 2 are regular little bells, like jingle bells, and one is like a small cowbell. They make a lot of noise. I mean, I even get annoyed with them. But anyway, they're still catching birds. So I am starting to put back the trellises and see if we can cut that out. So I've got a couple more trellises to put in, but I haven't gotten to that yet. But I will. And, ooh, I don't know what I've got going on back here. Looks like my sage is blooming. Don't remember it blooming purple though. Anyway, I do have to trim out all my rambling rose that has not come back. I've given it a couple of years to see if it would sprout new things here. And I can't see that it is. Just stepped on my... Nope, it's not. So I've got to clip all that out. Because it is dying down at the bottom. It's healthy up at the top, but it's dying down at the bottom. So last year, I planted a honeysuckle. So my honeysuckle is taking off. So I will clip out all the dead stuff on the rambling rose and let the honeysuckle use it as a trellis. Aha! Innovation. I have to clip back my camellia again. We have been so wet and so cold here that weeds are growing like crazy. Roses last for one day and then they're destroyed. Of course, you've seen the cedar seeds. Anyway, moving right along. The bulk of my day was spent over here. If you recall yesterday's video, I was attacking the viburnum that was being a bully with my pink dogwood. The viburnum was about 10 feet tall. I've clipped it back to, it's probably 6 now, maybe 7. Anyway, I'll post a video of me trying to get that done today. But It looks a lot better. It's not overshadowing my sculpture. It's not overshadowing things in the back. You can see through. If you look in this direction, you can see a little birdhouse that I have. I picked that up at a garage sale. It's on a milk can. Anyway, that was, I am not even 5 feet anymore. I'm 4'11" again. So that was my task for almost 2 days. The first clipping was yesterday to thin it out, and the second clipping today was for height. I clipped a little bit on my blue lace hydrangea. It's got blooms coming at the very top there. And those will be blue with little white flowers around them. And that's a variegated bush, so if we ever get some sun, it'll look variegated. Today was not a sunny day. It was cold, it was wet. I was dodging raindrops. I just got done with a hot shower, and it felt really good. So that was the bulk of my day. Tomorrow, who knows, maybe the fountain. I've got the string algae really bad on top. It's not bad in the bottom too much anymore. It's just regular algae in the bottom. But I've got the string algae on top. In the bottom portion, I use peroxide. And it's about, I'm getting a delivery tomorrow from Walmart. And peroxide is on the order. So let's see, I clipped that section over there, and I did the reconstruction of the waterfall. And let me walk down here, see if I can do that without breaking my neck. Oh, I also cleaned off my stones, my pathway. Chandra was checking on me. He watches me out in the yard from his work because we have the security cameras, and he thought I had fallen, but in reality I was way bent over clearing the dirt from the pathway. I also clipped up this burning bush to try and find my peonies. And I started cleaning this pathway a little bit. But you can now see the pathway, the little secret path. And let's go back here and see how my blue hydrangea is doing. And I've let Ponky come out with me a couple of times in the yard, but she really is not good for me in the yard. She wants to play and she jumps on me. She is 55 pounds at running at full speed, and I am 75. It doesn't work. So she spent the morning in her kennel, which that kennel is a godsend. And here is my blue hydrangea, and it's getting bluer all the time. It is full. This is what she does, guys. She loves heavy metal, and I have had to sacrifice a few things. Get your bucket. Get your bucket. One of those was an orange planter. She loves chewing metal, heavy-duty plastic, cast iron. Let's see if I can zone in on her here. What you got, Punky? What you got? Is that your bucket? Anyway, it's a metal planter, and she's fascinated with it. Unfortunately, she doesn't stay fascinated with it for very long. She's up to no good digging up things. I noticed today that I have my holly, a wild holly, in the back corner of the yard, and she's been digging around the root system there. So she really can't be left out unattended anymore. Only when it's raining, because she doesn't like it, and when it's dark. She doesn't like the dark. So after all of that, oh, my roses are going down here too. I'm going to have to tie them up or clip them. I think I'm just going to clip them. Oh, and this turtle over here, that turtle was clear across the other side of the yard. And she has dragged it over here. And it weighs a ton. It's about a 10, 15 pound turtle. And this is what she does. She destroys. Huh. Should have named you Destructo. And I deadheaded my clematis here. The one on the other side has kind of decided it's not going to perform this year. It performed last year, and that was it. It performed a little bit in the early spring when the sun was shining a little. One of my planters, nothing special. But let's see, I think I'll take you out front. Because other than that area there, which, by the way, is gorgeous now that you can see the pink dogwood. And we got a few more seeds on the patio today, but not a lot. So I think the seeds have pretty much passed. And we've had wind and rain now, and it might be safe for me to clean up again. But once again, I don't know if you remember how clean that was. It was really spiffy. And now I've got all seeds there again. Another project is getting the Russian lady vine off of Chandra's shed roof and out of this part of the fence, which it seems to have decided it was going to take over. Just hit my wind chime. Well, this still is a mess. This is my next big project. I've got beautiful honeysuckle in the back there and all along the fence. And I've got evergreen huckleberries to prune up. Got weeding to do. The front part of the garden has been done up to the trees. But behind the trees, no. So that'll be next on the agenda. But I got some California poppy seeds the other day. Chandra was riding around and he saw these orange things and he says, "Come on, Mom, get in the car. I just got home and I saw all these things that I want." Okay. So I had to ID them, and what he was seeing was the California poppies, which are very small and a very bright orange. So I ordered in a 1/4 pound of them, And I have planted them along the fence line here. And by the way, I reminded him that, you know, the lead up to the house looks like you're going to a mansion. It's nicely landscaped, it's got flowers, it's got trees, and in 2 weeks, maybe it'll have California poppies. But I did them there along the fence line. I did them in front of the front patio here in this little garden area. And I did them going down to the pond. And, you know, I don't have high hopes for them because we have so many birds here. But we shall see what exactly survives. And if I have to reseed them, I'll just order them in again in the fall and then again in the spring. And we'll get some. I put some in front of the little barrel and all down in there in the garden section. I also spread some along the pond area, which is looking magnificent, by the way, if I do pat myself on the back. And I also put them in the retaining wall area, in that garden area. So hopefully we'll end up with orange poppies all the way down. But the pond is looking very, very nice. And most of it is stuff I took from the back garden and wild stuff. I did buy lungwort, which is this spotted plant here with the narrow leaves. I got 2 of those. There's one on the other side of the pond. And I did buy the Blue Angel hosta, and I bought a Sum and Substance hosta. The other hostas all came from my backyard. The Brunnera, which is this very pretty plant here and over there, I did have to purchase. That's a bug loss Brunnera, and I believe it's a Siberian bug loss Brunnera is what they called it. And today I also brought this cheap plastic bird bath down here. I got it online. I thought it was going to be more of a heavy duty resin type thing, and it wasn't. Just cheap, light plastic. It had a pump and another tier to it. It immediately ceased to work. So it doesn't hold water anymore. So I'm going to fill it with probably some sedum and something that doesn't need a lot of dirt to sustain life. So there you have it. That's all in a day's work at Lynn's garden. And I know this was a long video. There's my California lilacs up there, the little tiny ones that I bought and put in. And those are fairly fast growers, so I'm hoping that by next season they'll reach the top of the wall. And I've got one over here too. That doesn't have as many blossoms. And I filled all the bird baths. So, this will be bye for now from Lynn's garden in Port Orchard, Washington. And I will probably be turning this into a YouTube video because it is so long. And that's the mischief I was into today. Bye now.